All right, we're joined by UFC featherweight Steve Garcia, who's coming off a big win on the weekend. Steve, how's it going, man?
Doing good, man. Trying to enjoy the fruits of my labor, I guess you could say.
Before we get into the fight, something we've always talked about for a while is this gym in your garage with all these posters. You've been talking for years. There's going to be one eventually with your face on it. Like, I'm not sure if it's up yet, but like, how kind of cool is it that kind of you kind of talk that into existence? It is a real thing now, where you do have one of those posters.
Yeah, man, it's a real thing. If you guys follow me on social media, Name Machine 505, I put it up yesterday. So that was one of them, man. I had a goal, uh, was able to accomplish that goal. So we have a picture with my face on it. It's not just everybody else's face. It belongs to me, and I know it sounds kind of funny because some people probably think it's kind of dumb, but to me, it's special. And hopefully, we'll have many more. But that's number one, and we got a big win, so love it.
Uh, Going into this fight, you kind of thought Onama's gonna be a tough guy, like a tough, terrible guy. It could get into those later rounds and be a war. So, like, were you surprised at how quickly you were able to put him away and hurt him?
Obviously, a little surprised when in my head I build him up to be a monster, like this crazy freaking beast of a person, all camp, and then you have a fight that happens that way. But um, I'm not surprised because honestly, in the back, I felt strong, man. I felt really good. My hands felt very heavy. I felt like I felt like Francis Ngannou for a moment in there, so I could go out there and just crack you. Don't hurt.
And he wasn't too active in the fight. Like, he only threw a couple of punches. Like, did that kind of surprise you? Like, were you expecting him to throw more output like early on in the fight?
It wasn't. I mean, I guess it always kind of comes to a surprise when someone is not engaging. But I was very, very adamant about putting a lot of pressure on him, and I felt like he was trying to catch me. That's kind of what Nama does. He's like a pressure counter fighter. He's waiting for his moment just to kind of just let one go and hope that it would do something to me. But um, I felt like I had pretty decent head movement in that whole entire fight. I felt like I just kind of was a little bit more unpredictable than he expected. Um, and I think that caused some issues for him.
Uh, and then getting that finish, like, I thought the ref stepped in, had a good time. Did you think kind of that stoppage was kind of perfect? I saw some people say it was early. I don't really agree with that. I think you put on already a ton of damage on him. What did you think of the stoppage?
I did some yeah, I did bang him up pretty good, and then he after the fight he was complaining to Herb about why he wasn't giving enough like warnings, I guess. And I'm like, bro, he said it 3 times, and then if he has to say more than that, I was like, maybe maybe you're not able to defend yourself. I don't know. It seemed like a good stoppage to me. There's a couple moments where I thought he might have stopped in early, but he didn't. I mean, Herb's such a good referee, and he knows how tough we are and stuff, and we're just gonna keep going until probably someone was gonna put our lights out. So, in a way, he kind of saved Onama in that sense because I wasn't gonna stop.
Do you think this fight kind of should hopefully get you on the map, like top 10, and like these fans kind of realize like how good you are? Because like Onama's fought some tough guys, and no one's kind of made him. No one's finished him like that. No one's finished him like before. So like, are you kind of hopeful this is that fight that kind of gets you into that top 10, starts allowing you to start fighting these top guys?
I mean, I hope so. I just got the rankings today. I'm number 8, so hopefully I'll fight within my realm.
Why do you think your power is so much different at 45 compared to when you fought at 55? Like, do you just think you weren't ever really a 55er, and like, or like, is it the shots you're picking? Like, why is the power so much different at 45 for you?
Why is my shots different, or
Yeah,
what do
because
you
like
mean?
at 55, obviously they're bigger guys, but you were like you're still hurting guys, but like these seem like you can kind of get them out with like one clean shot. Is it just like the shots you're like landing and the precision of them, or do you think it is a power difference for you at 45?
It's probably a little bit of both, man. God gives you abilities, man. You can use them or you can let them go to waste. Up to you. Um, I have a heavy left hand, man. I'll tell you that much. Um, and then obviously, like I try to add to it. I have a whole regiment for my left hand or for both my hands, to be honest. But I'm able to go in there and really just, develop more strength and try to be more precise on my shots. And I mean, you gotta be well rounded in there, man. You find the best guys in the world, and you gotta show up with the A game.
Did anything surprise you that Onama did or didn't do that you were kind of preparing for? Like, I know it wasn't a long fight, but like, were you kind of expecting him to do something differently that he didn't do at all?
I'm surprised he didn't shoot.
Yeah.
I was expecting him to shoot quicker. I mean, he had desperation shots, but then again, I've heard several interviews with him, and he thinks that I didn't have, that I was pretty much I can't like quote him for sure. There was a way he said it that irritated me, and it said that I pose no threat anywhere, and I was like, wait till I hit you, wait till I crack you.
Do you normally like watch your opponent's interviews or like read what they say at all about you?
No, but I have interviewers that come and tell me what he says.
Ah, okay, so that's how you heard it then.
Hmm.
Uh, and then for you after the fight, I know people weren't too happy with the call to Holloway, but that's something we've talked about for a while. Is you want that BMF title? Like, you kind of just talk through that, and maybe for people that don't know about why you want that belt so much.
Well, it's kind of annoying because everybody's like, "Well, who do you want next?" I'm like, "Do you really want to know who I want next?" Because I just gave it to you, and you guys aren't happy about it. Um, I want Max. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? I want that. It's not even so much I want to fight Max. I mean, that's probably the hardest fight of my life, right? But I want what he has, and I'm willing to do what I got to do to get that. Even I know he's not at 45. People are kind of ridiculous. They're like, he's not at 45. He's at 55. I'm like, I know I'm not an idiot. I was like, I know where he's at. You know what I mean? I was like, I will move up to go take his belt. It's not that like I'm expecting him to come down so that I have the chance. No, I go to him. I fight him on his turf, on his whatever he wants, and I just give myself a chance to go out there and take it, right? But people, I don't understand some of these people. Like the mindset that goes into MMA fans, it just kind of blows me away sometimes because there's some people that are so knowledgeable, that understand everything, and then you just got that Joe Schmo that just wants to start things, right? So at the end of the day, you know what I mean? I'm still happy they're able to watch. I'm still happy that I can entertain them. Uh, it is what it is, man. But they don't ask me what I want anymore. Then you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that's what I wanted. You know what I mean? That belt is meant for someone who's gonna stand in the middle, and we're just gonna scrap to the death.
Uh,
That's how I feel, and that's why I want that belt. You know what I mean? You fight the undisputed. You can be the best jiu-jitsu guy. You can be the best grappler. You can be the best striker. You don't necessarily have to have, that dog in you. I mean, most of the time it's a requirement, but you know, you can access it in many different ways. With that BMF, like you're just a different type of dog.
yeah.
Um,
It,
that's why I say it.
it was funny because like they acted like you called it like a middleweight or something where you guys aren't even in the same like it's 10 pounds featherweights move up to lightweight all the time. Like they act like you were calling it like some guy that's like 50, 60 pounds heavier than you.
I know they would have been pissed off if I would call out Aspinall because I was kind of just messing with people like during interviews, like during fight week, and they're like, "Well, who do you want to fight next after this fight?" I was like, "I want the heavyweight champion of the world." You know what I mean? Just because it doesn't matter. It doesn't
Mhm.
matter. They're gonna make me fight whoever I fight, and like you just wasted an opportunity. I was like, "Why? Because you paid my check. You paid my bills." No, I was like, "There's people out there that have a job that match make me." You know what I mean? I can have a say. They can ask me what I want, but ultimately they got the final call. Um at the end of the day, I've always just thought this in my head that I'm gonna have to go through so many people just to get to the top. So uh that's how I viewed it. You know what I mean? Other people are what are they trying to accomplish when they're trying to like dog on me
Mhm.
about having a call out when you're not even a fan of me yet? And you're like, who's this guy? I'm like, well, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. I'm Steve Garcia. You just watched me. I was a headliner of this event. You can get mad at me all you want, but you're not doing a whole lot for me. You barely just got on board. I guess you barely know who I am. I don't know what to tell you.
Uh, and then getting the bonus. I know you wanted 3 fights this year, which still could happen just because you didn't take a whole lot of damage. But like, if you don't get that third fight, how much does that bonus help? Just kind of getting 50K is obviously obviously always nice.
God is good. That's what
Mhm.
I will say. God is good. Um, We just go out there, man, and we be me. We be the mean machine. Go out there and fight tooth and nail for everything we got, like we have been. Good things come. You know what I mean? So grateful for the opportunity to have a headline, card. I don't care if it's at the Apex. I don't care if it's in my grandma's backyard. It doesn't matter. Uh, I had a chance to go out there and show what I'm capable of on a little bit higher situation, a higher scale against a very tough opponent. I felt like I'm starting to get a little bit more respect. I'm just gonna keep, pushing forward, keep doing what I'm doing. Just like I said, grind, work my ass off, and that's the proof. The proof is the hard work. I don't have a following. I have hard work. That's what I'm doing, and eventually they'll catch up.
I'm sure you saw it. I don't know how much you can really say, but like, is it pretty frustrating where you're the main event? It should all be about you, and then kind of the storyline after the event. So obviously that Bulgarian fight, and kind of
Oh, yeah.
everyone talking about fight fixing, and like you kind of get through, like kind of pushed to the side again. Just kind of the story of your career so far.
Yeah, and then they start throwing like Onama under the bus. Like I'm like, you guys are something else, man. I was like, dude, trust me, that dude, he did try to hit me. I have a black eye, I have a cut on my
Mhm.
eye right now. I was like, he hit me. I was like, it's just kind of bizarre, but at the end of the day, that's out of my control. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? If someone is getting, accused of doing something like that, that's a pretty bold statement. So I don't know exactly what's going on. I've kind of read a little bit about it, but um, it didn't bother me that much. Like I said, I did my job.
Mhm.
I did what I was supposed to do. The UFC came in like, hey, we're gonna pay you X amount of money to go out there and fight Onama if you can. Can you do it? I did it. You know what I mean? Job done. Check mark.
I just cut more things. Like I'll say, there's not a whole lot of cards left this year. So like, when is kind of that time frame that you're kind of looking at to return?
I'd honestly like February. February
Yeah.
would be a good time frame for me.
Hopefully in front of fans too. Like, he deserved to fight in front of a big crowd again.
I love it, man. Kid, the fight with Kato was great. I love the energy. Not everybody was for me, but that was okay. Like I still love being in front of everybody. I was able to put in, you know, a solid performance, in front of a lot of people, and people got to know me. At the Apex, not everybody thinks, that the Apex cards are worthwhile. So
Mhm.
I was just trying to tell people, I was like, if you don't recognize anybody, just throw it on in the background. Just throw it on the background. Just like let it play out. I was like, you'll sit down and watch my fight once it starts. You watch.
And for you, like, featherweight division's kind of a bit clogged up. Like, you don't real. It seems like there's like 4 or 5 guys kind of waiting to see who Volk's gonna fight. Like, who do you kind of think is gonna get it? Because to me, like, I think Movzar probably deserves it. I just don't think he's gonna get it. I think it's probably gonna go to like maybe Diego Lopez rematch or Lerone. Like, how do you kind of see the top playing out?
Well, the way I mean, there's just always rumors. You just never really know. But I think there's a chance that Diego might get it. I don't know if Leron's gonna get it. Um, it's kind of weird because like when I was 12, I thought beating Onama would have got me like 11. You know what I mean? They put me in 8, but I think finishing him definitely sent a bigger statement than I expected. Um, which I'm not hating on. So that kind of leaves a few people like at least in ahead of me. I've already gave someone behind me a chance. Everybody wants to see me against Gene Silva or Emmett. Um, I think Gene is about to sign. I think he signed to fight somebody, and then Emmett's available. So that's kind of why I was targeting Emmett. Um, but I think if I could pick, it'd probably be Leron. To be honest, it'd be
Yeah.
Murphy.
Last thing you kind of said it there, but like, ideal world then is like February time, main event, Lerone Murphy, kind of winner of that gets a title shot then.
Dude, let's go for it. If I could push for that, that would be what I would push. Um, everybody else just kind of just seems like they've already, they want who they want. They don't really, they're not pushing for. Not there can only be one person that fights Volk.
Mhm.
So y'all need to start fighting other people, right? Um, I'm one of those guys you're gonna have to face. I don't know. I don't know. I can't really speak for everybody else, but I'll fight anybody.
Yeah, I just think once the Volk fight's made, hopefully the other top contenders will realize they got a fighter. The people that can behind them can easily leapfrog them.
Well, that's been kind of irritating because I've got a lot of backlash for like my comment with Volkanovski. it was somewhat kind of chopped up and taken out of context. But once he makes a decision to fight somebody, or the UFC makes him fight somebody, then everybody else is like, okay, well then I guess I gotta fight again, or I gotta fight someone else again. So then it can kind of start matching the rest of the division closer to the top. So with that happening, then you have movement going on in the division. Um, that's mainly what I was trying to say when it comes to that comment. People, took it and ran with it in whatever way they decided to. I'm a big fan of Volkanovski, to be honest, but um, yeah, I'm hoping that there's going to be some more movement going on in the division, and things start flowing a little bit better.
Well, Steve, I appreciate the time as always. Thank you so much for doing this again.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate it.